All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, everyone, to the Marketplace Thursday edition of The Conversation. I am your host, Tanya Patxot. You are either catching this live, and if you are, we'll welcome you here today for being with us, or you're catching this on some replay in the form of, you're probably on an email list, or you're member of our community over at the affiliates group, or somewhere you've caught this on the internet somewhere. Make sure you stay through the entire conversation. We're going to go have some fun today, right, Tanya? We're going to talk about something. We're going to be dispelling some myths about making money and recruiting, right? So check it out. Stay with us for the rest of the day. We're going to have some good stuff. But as you heard, the title of sorry, got distracted, of our piece today is no boo-boo kitty. You do not have to make money. You can make money and you don't have to recruit anybody, which is true, right? No boo-boo kitty. You do not have to recruit people to make money. And it's about direct sales. So if you currently are or have ever been in, say, direct sales, and let's give you some examples: direct sales, affiliate marketing, network marketing, multi-level marketing, any of those types of non-traditional platforms, you're going to want to stay on today, because you're going to hear something that you probably never heard before. You might have been told something different, or you might have been led to believe something different. So stay around today. Me and my lovely co-hosts, right, are going to share with you some of the conversations we've had, right? Some of the conversations we've shared with our clients, because I know we coach a lot of people, and one of the biggest fears, like, do I have to recruit people, right? Some of you are kind of like, do I have to recruit people? Yeah. I mean, no. Do you want to recruit people? And so I always found it interesting. So this is going to be a great conversation today. If you guys have any questions live, or if you're catching us on the replay, put the questions in the comment section here, or wherever you're seeing this particular broadcast. Leave it in the comment section. You can leave it back on the blog post. You can leave it back, relay back direct email, or inbox Tanya or myself. You know where to find us, right? And we'll be putting that information in. And just listen, right? We're going to have a good time today, right? Tanya, do you have anything to add? You want to intro yourself, talk about how we got to this conversation, so we just jump right into it?
No. I feel like my name is Tanya Patxot. I'm also Truthpreneur. And, Tashan and I met. We have the same views about, affiliate marketing, what it is, what it's not, and the confusion that has been put out for so many. And so we both have that passion to really just bring that truth out there. It's a really great way to leverage, increase income, multiple streams. There's so much that many people are tainted with. And so that's just our goal. So that's really it. I'm actually going to put our Facebook group page here, because somebody was asking. We're not promoting any specific affiliate group. What we're talking about is actual affiliate marketing in its own way. And the thought process that people have with network marketing, affiliate marketing, all the different kinds of marketing. And we're just clearing up that. But you can join our Facebook group and learn how you can leverage affiliate marketing.
All right, Tanya, I'm going to go ahead and put it up there so everybody has it. That's where you can join our private community. I'm going to have to refresh real quickly, so you stay on. I'm going to have to refresh.
Oh. I love how she just loves to refresh on me all the time. Oh, my goodness. All right, so what questions did you guys have? I know that Tashan was talking about the whole aspect on affiliate marketing. Go ahead and put your /Q and put your questions, right, of what your belief system is on recruiting and believing that you have to recruit. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that aspect. Do you guys, what is that myth that you guys have been taught about how you feel about affiliate marketing, and whether you have to recruit, build a team? You guys might know it as building a team, that type of thing. Just let me know in the chat. I know some guys, everybody has their own idea of what is an affiliate. Here we you go. Tashan's back.
I'm back. Yeah, actually, I want to add on to that with you, with Tanya. We want to hear from you. What do you really feel? And it's going to help a lot of people in the community, the people that we share it with, because a lot of the things that you guys are feeling are some of the things that other people feel. I look younger with my hair shorter. You know, that's so interesting. Thank you so much. As a matter of fact, my birthday is Sunday, right? And I'll be 37. So I'm excited. I look younger. Ooh, I've got this Benjamin Button thing going on right here. Right?
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Lord. That's so funny. But yes, you guys write down, put in the question section /Q some of your questions or maybe concerns you have. So let's kind of get how we came up to this. Let's just talk about, I want to give you guys a quick story about how I got into the industry and why do we talk about affiliate marketing, direct sales, or what I just really like to coin non-traditional entrepreneurship. All of us got in here differently. And Tanya found out that we've been in the same companies, right? And we were having the same issues. And this is what I realized about 1.5 years ago, that majority of people that look at ways to earning income have the same issue. And it's never really addressed. It's never really, rectified or addressed or even talked about. So this is the quick story. When I was, for those who don't know my story, a little bit about me, you guys can look at the profile, check it out, whatever. But 15 years ago, I was introduced to non-traditional entrepreneurship. I was invited to a meeting, right? A meeting. And I was invited to the meeting and I was there to save my friend from the pyramid, right? Right. I was that friend. I was the friend in law school that was invited to find out if this was a scam, right? We know how you all like to invite your friends and ask your friends' opinions about, stop asking your broke friends' opinions, right? But thank God I had been an entrepreneur since I was 8. And so I understood, I got my new Archon mount, so I'm just putting my mount together. I understood business. So I got in the meeting, right? Check this out. I got in the meeting, Tanya, and I was in there like this. Now understand, I'm in the country, right? And you guys don't take offense to this. It's not a black or white issue. I was the only black person in the room. I was the black girl with the attitude. Boy, I'm telling you, if you ever do a meeting, and I can say this because I'm black, everybody else is thinking it. The minority with the attitude, the only minority in the room, you're walking around not worried about saying anything like racial, but we'll pop off. Don't act like y'all don't know we'll pop off. Like, what? Because we're already on edge thinking that somebody's trying to take advantage of us. So no, I wasn't mad. I was very professional, but I remember the guy who eventually was my trainer saying that I was at the meeting like this. Anybody knows me when I'm really listening, I'm like, and by the end of the meeting, I was like this. I was ready. So when the guy asked who's ready to join, I was like, me. And he was like, you're ready to join? I'm like, yeah. He said, well, why? I said, because this works. He was like, wait a minute, this works. I said, yeah, I listened to the information and I understood business. Let me explain this to you guys. I understood business already. So he didn't have to give me some spiel, because what he did is that what I want you guys to listen to, we talk about tonight, right? Take notes of this. Somebody put this in here. The number one thing you need to know about business is understanding it is a business. Okay, let's start there. All businesses work on the same principles of business. That's the principle of supply and demand. I don't care what type of business model, right? Because non-traditional entrepreneurship just has a different business model. They have different nuances, but they do not have different principles, right? Just like gravity is a principle. Nobody's changing gravity. I don't care what business you join. Gravity is still going to be gravity, okay? 2 + 2 is still going to be 4. I don't care what business you join, what college you go to, what fraternity, sorority you're in, where you live. 2 + 2 is still 4. And one of the things I want you all to understand is business is based on, and results are based on numbers. All businesses. Y'all know that what people like, I don't like math. Well, you can't be in business if you don't. Right? It's based on two things. Business is based on math and the psychology of people. So when I went to this meeting, one of the advantages I had was I was a political scientist. Most people think politics and law. Political science is the study of people and why they do what they do. That's how we end up with the laws we have and some of the things we go through. And studying people. I took psychology, studying people. So when I got into the meeting, he was in there talking about some basic concepts, right? And this is why I want to share this to start these with you guys. The basic concept of one, supply and demand. Some of you said I don't like economics. Economics is just why do people do what they do? Why do people buy what they buy? What do they want? Why do they want it? And why are they willing to buy it? That just takes you watching, listening, and learning. So the problem with most people when it comes to non-traditional entrepreneurship, this is what I found. You talk too damn much and you don't know anything. And I know that offends some of the professionals. This is the problem with degreed people. You think because you got a piece of paper and you learn the concept of the thing means you have any experience or expertise. I know I didn't ever know it. When I don't know something, it's funny because Tanya and I, we become really good friends. We find out we have the same personality type. That's why sometimes we wonder about other people. When you don't know something, it's okay that you don't know it because you don't know it until you know it. So most challenges, number one reason, starting off, most professionals are not making money in non-traditional entrepreneurship because they come in assuming that they know how it works and they've never had any experience. Well, I took economics, but you don't understand this business model. You don't understand this nuance. You never had any experience, so you don't have any expertise, so they're unwilling to listen. That's what happens to a lot of people. But for me, let's talk about this meeting. For me, this guy struck a chord with me because I understood supply and demand. It wasn't about the hype, wasn't about the hoopla, wasn't about the big checks. Now, the big checks at the end helped, not because I was impressed with the checks, because the check showed me that always remember this. If one person's getting a result, they're lucky. If two people are getting results, it's a coincidence. If three people are getting the same result, that works. Period. I only need three people. Get a result. More than three people, it works. There is no luck in three people getting a result. One, lucky, two, coincidence, three, it works. It was 5, 6, 12 people. So I figured, okay, it works. Go in there and understand it works. See, what I'm going through with you guys, just follow me, right? Some of you guys are getting antsy. Some of you guys are going to want us to jump in and talk about what we need to talk about. But this is the point. I got to lead you from the beginning to just follow me with this story, because if you know how to think, once we get to the end, when someone introduces some new information or alternative, you got it. And you won't be up like the rest of these broke, busted, disgusted people out there who go to events, who go to meetings, they get introduced to some information and they push it away because they did not think in this certain way. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys got it. So at this meeting, I heard supply was there. I heard demand was there. So the next question you want to ask yourself is, okay, now that I see that it works, result, what do you do and how do you do it? The what and the how. See, I listened to the presentation and they were answering my questions of what it was and how it worked. Once I knew what it was, I continued with my questions, right? I continue with my questions to ask how. How does it work? I never questioned, did it work? Obviously it worked because you saw these people with checks. Obviously it works. Obviously it works because these people wouldn't continue to be here full time that it didn't work. No one's going to stay at any business, traditional or non-traditional, if they can't pay their bills. Tanya, would you agree? Do you think either one of us will be doing this right now because nobody's paying us if what we were doing didn't work?
Right.
We'd be trying to find something else. So we know it works. So that's what I want some of you all to start changing skeptically. Not that does it work, how it works. Now in the how, I will say this, you may find some things that are unethical. You may find, but you're only going to find out afterwards. Do unethical things still work? They just don't work ethically, right? You might find that their philosophy and culture is not for you. You may find that their particular product isn't something that resonates with you, but you can never stop. So please dispel what I'm trying to get is please dispel the first thing. The first thing is telling you, boo boo kitty, stop saying this thing doesn't work. Oh, my mama, brother, sister, cousin did that thing and it doesn't work. No, it didn't work for them. It works. That's like telling me that I went to Clark Atlanta University and they're telling me, well, that Clark Atlanta University college thing does not work. And I graduated. Of course it worked. It worked for all the people that I was with. My whole squad graduated. Obviously it works. So that's one of the things you got to do. So when I saw the supply and demand in one meeting, they were like, well, who wants to join? I was like, me. Right? And Malika, my friends are like, you. Now understand, I'd done the go to school, get a good education, good job. I knew I was never going to work for anybody. That's why I was in law school. I was going to be a lawyer, self-employed, work for myself. I don't like people telling me what to do. And I damn sure don't want nobody telling me how much money I can and cannot make. Right? That was my issue. But I saw the business and I'm like, I'm in. Because at that point I had graduated at the top of my class. I have a double major, double minor. I graduated summa cum laude. I speak 5 languages and nobody would give me a job. And when they were talking about that, this was a conversation. The first time someone could answer something that I wanted to know since I was 12. Why is everybody with a job broke and miserable? And why is everybody who's rich typically works for themselves? I've been trying to figure it out. No one can answer that question. And in that meeting, I'm going to show you guys, I keep this book with me. They had it. And I've had this book since 2003, Cash Flow Quadrant. I read this book. This book answered everything. So when I start looking for business models and information, you guys know the real issue is you don't know how to examine a business because you've never been really exposed to how businesses work. You don't know how, and it's not because you're not smart. It's just because no one's really showed you who's had some expertise. So I knew the quickest way for me to get to what they were getting is to get involved, join, and get around them to discover what were they doing and how would they do it. The last thing I was worried about, and like Tanya, the last thing we're worried about is making money. It's because I know I'll do the work. That's the real issue. So I joined this particular network marketing company. I shot to the second highest position in less than 7 months because I followed instructions. So people telling me, oh, it doesn't work and all this, that's not true. I got to the second highest position, got to the highest position in less than 5 years, because the difference between those was going from the self-employed to running an agency, making 6 figures, being very successful. So obviously it worked. And I recruited people. And because I didn't have an issue with recruiting. So let me go ahead and talk about that. That's going to probably number 2. Number 1 is how you think. Do you see a business for a business? So jot it down. Do you see a business for a business? And number 2, you guys, what is your issue with recruiting? Now, don't get me wrong. You don't have to recruit to make money, because I'm going to talk about that, because it's still based on number 1. Do you know how to look at a business? So let's talk about the issue with recruiting. And then let's talk about why you don't have to recruit to make money. Most of you guys have an issue with recruiting because you don't like the approach. I just got off the phone with Danielle right before this call, and we were talking about a business, and someone approached her about the business, and she was saying something. I was like, wait a minute. I said, maybe you don't like the business because you have a negative stigmata with recruiting. She's like, no, it's not the recruiting part. This person keeps harassing me. We got you guys next week. We're going to talk about this, right? Next week's episode is recruit or not to recruit. That is the question. We're going to talk about why harassing your family, friends, coworkers is really not attracting people. But she said it's just the way she did it, right? And I got it. And Tanya, we talked about this when we first met, maybe a couple months ago. I was like, that gets on your nerves. Now, don't get me wrong. I did it for about maybe a month until I realized I was getting on people's nerves because I was coachable. I did it and people were, but I didn't do it like everybody else did it. I did not call all my family and my friends. I did make a list of everybody I knew at the time, but I didn't call all of them because what I realized is about why recruiting is not bad. 2 points. Recruiting is only necessary for 2 reasons. Number 1, write this down. You are interested in building a business, right? You want to get to this B quadrant. You want to build a business. You want to have a McDonald's. But hear me out. Recruiting is not necessarily if you want to make money, which is S quadrant, being self-employed. I hope you guys got that right. Right? Making money and building a business are not the same thing. And you do not have to recruit people to make money. I know that probably goes against what any of your sponsors have ever told you. And you know me, I'm kind of, you know, what do you call it? Subliminally confrontational. If your sponsor disagrees with me, tell them to get at me, call me and get on Blab and tell me this on live that you have to recruit people to make money. I have not once ever had any sponsor. I don't care how much money they make. My last sponsor was making $250,000 a month and his upline made $1 million a month. You have to recruit nobody to make money. I'll tell you why I left my last company, not the one I currently partner with, but the last one, is because they recruited me because I was a recruiter. And I didn't recruit the same way they did, but I recruited a lot of people and I no longer wanted to recruit. I no longer wanted to have a business. I was at a point in my life, I just wanted to make money. Anissa, I see you. I'm going to address that too with package pigeon because the fact that you said that there's something about it you don't get and it's okay. I'm just going to break it down to you, right? I'm going to break it down to you, but you don't have to recruit. I was in this company. I wanted to make money. So with the first company, I've only been in 3. The first company, I recruited a lot of people because I had no issue with recruiting because I wanted to build a business. I wanted to have leverage. I was okay that I had been on teams before. I had been a Girl Scout. Listen, I want to get you all out of this icky feeling about recruiting. If you are a member of any type of Little League team, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, church, fraternity, sorority, Glee Club, Elks Club, Masons, you all recruit people. You can call it recruiting, attracting. If some of you have kids in high school and you want them playing collegiate level, guess who you always want to come see your kid? The scout. Guess what the scout is doing? Trying to recruit your kid to a school. Everybody recruits. If you're married, all the married people in the comments, put up a 1. If you are married or you're in a relationship, put a 1 in the comments. Anissa, Tanya, if you're in a relationship, I don't care if you're single, you know, maybe not married, but you recruited your spouse or they recruited you. See, recruiting is a process. A lot of you have been taught how to aggressively recruit or harass people. That's not recruiting. Harassing people is different, right? But you recruited your spouse. There is a relationship part. Recruiting is a relationship, right? Recruiting is a relationship. It is a process. It is a dance. And you know what it is you want. It's the same. So I want to dispel these things about recruiting that make them so icky. So number 1, recruiting is not bad. The only reason why some of you don't like to recruit people is because of 1 or 2 reasons. Number 1, you don't want the responsibility of leadership. Let's be real, and that's okay. Don't ever let someone make you think that's bad, that at maybe a point in time, you don't want to be a leader to lead a group of people because you already got a lot on your plate. I went through this. After I led a bunch of people, I just got burnt out, and I'm like, screw this. These people getting on my damn nerves. I don't want to recruit. I just don't want to do it anymore. Right? Some of you are like that with your family. You can't, once you got a spouse and kids, you can't kick them off the team. I mean, some of y'all do a divorce and deadbeat parents, but I'm just saying it says a lot about you. Just like you have a team in your personal space, you have a team in your professional space. It's the same thing. It's just one's personally, one professionally. The common denominator is you. The principle is still the same. The other reason why you guys don't want to is the way in which you've been taught to attract people, what I call sign up and turn up. Which even in the beginning, right, Tanya, when we were in the same company, I never liked the sign up and turn up. I just, all they talk about is signing people up, signing people up, signing people up. And I'm like, but what are you signing them up for? Oh, I just get a recruit. I need to get a recruit. But why? So what do companies done? There are things that certain companies have done out there that have really gotten recruiting a bad name, such as ask yourself this question when you're evaluating a company. I'm giving you guys some nuggets. Make sure you guys are writing these things down. If you don't have time to and you're driving or something, come back to the replay. My favorite thing, I think Tanya and I speak the same. I want to know the company's comp plan. Let me tell you why. If a company's when you're having a conversation with a new rep or especially their sponsor, because their sponsor knows, the rep may not know, and you ask about the company's comp plan and they kind of want to skedaddle around the conversation, you need to leave that company alone. And here's why. The challenge that's happened in our industry as it's matriculated through the 90s, and people don't want to sell a product. And that's okay, because most people don't know the process of sales. They don't want to sell a product, but if you ask them, do they want to make more money? Everybody wants to make more money, right? Everybody wants to make more money. So if you ask to tell people they want to make more money, they've taken that message and showed you how to build a business. Y'all see where the schism is? People want to make more money, and then they're presented how to build a business, and that building a business will help them make more money. But building a business is not the only way, even within that company. So they've been there, then they show you the plan, right? If you guys been showed the plan before, has anybody ever seen the plan, right? Everybody's seen the plan before. They show you the plan. They show you the plan, right? They pitch the plan to you, get two to get three, or whatever. I always want to know, how did that lead to making any money? Because you're just bringing people in, but no transactions are being done. No transactions are being done. Y'all know that? Building you cannot make money until a transaction is done. So a lot of time, no one's talking about a transaction or what are you selling or what are you marketing. And then people get caught up in this process and they've joined. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the marketing. I'm not knocking the process, but I'm just giving you the little things you want, the little nuances, the little sliver of things that you guys want to listen for, right? Because when you get that feeling, that gut feeling in your stomach, something telling you that something doesn't seem right. Don't just say, well, I'm not going to do it. Investigate, discover, explore, and see why you're feeling it. Ask more questions. So there's no product being sold or something. But number two, this is why I've only partnered with certain companies and why I've left a company. When the comp plan or your compensation is so intertwined with how many people you've recruited or how many people on your team is producing, for those of you who are just interested in making money, you're going to have a very hard time generating a significant revenue with that particular company. Mm-hmm. When majority of the real compensation comes from the team collective production rather than your own, producers, most people are just producers, are going to have a very hard time earning a lucrative income. That is what's led to the myth and the lie that network marketing or direct sales or MLM or internet marketing doesn't work. Because of the past 20, 30 years, companies have changed their comp plans so much to where most of the income doesn't derive from individual production. It derives from collective production. So you have a lot of people making a little money and then a little few people making a lot of money. And then most people are quitting, which leads to high turnover, there's low attrition, a high attrition, low retention. And then it keeps going and back into the lie that this thing doesn't work. And then those at the top that are making all the money tell you something different. Well, it does work, but it's not working for them. And those at the top, it does work because they choose to go recruit 50, 11 million thousand people. Tanya, have you found this to be the case? Is this something that we've talked about? Like, people don't get it. And so they now don't know what company to choose, who to believe. Listen, I'm just giving you principles of business. We told you before, we're not going to name a company. I'm going to name some other companies that are not biz ops. So I'm not going to ask you to join anything, but I am going to show you some links and share with you some information that you can connect. If you want to later, you can connect with me and I'll show you several companies that I use that have absolutely nothing to do with any type of recruiting to make money. I mean, that's later on if you want. We'll put it out there. If you don't, that's fine. I'm still going to make money. And I'm not trying to recruit you. We're very serious on that. That's not what this is about. But I've only been in 3 companies because I would always go to these meetings. You remember I was the girl doing this, Tanya, right?
Right.
You know why I was the girl always doing this? Because I was listening for the comp plan. I didn't care about all that hype. I'm like, how does this really work? And if you don't understand some basic principles of business and entrepreneurship, then you will know you can't discern the real from the fake. So I've only been in 3 companies. So let's talk about how do you make money? How do you really make money without having to recruit people? Number one, make sure that the company's comp plan is not so heavily intertwined with group volume that the compensation, that you can have more control over your individual production or what we call active income than more of it coming from the group. What do you think, Tanya? I mean, what would you say? Would you add on to something different, or what would you add on to that? Because everyone has to have an active income.
Yeah, I mean,
because if you're doing group, you're just pimping, which has led to the harassing. Right? You know why you're being harassed? Because these other people are in comp plans where their comp plan is so built on the volume of people producing. They're desperate. And then that desperation comes across to you guys. That's why people are out mauling you at the mall. Y'all know, you know how bears maul people, right? You never see, what was it, Revenant? Leonardo DiCaprio got mauled by the bear, right? You ever have someone mauling you in the mall? Hey, you seem pretty sharp. Let me tell you about my business. Let me show you what we need to do. I did that twice. I'm like, I ain't never doing that again. Never, ever mauling people, right? You look really sharp. You keep your business options open. I mean, you guys, that line has been used for 30 years. The moment I hear it, no matter where I am, I'm just looking at somebody like, can you please stop doing that? We're in 2016. That type of marketing does not work. So that's why you have these people so harassing you so much. They're constantly harassing you because they have to bring in new recruits, because either their next promotion is based on it. So they can't get a pay raise unless they recruit some people. So their increase in pay is not based on production. It's based on bringing more people in. or they have to requalify to maintain their current pay status in order to maintain that income. So it puts them in a situation of pressure, which really translates over to desperation. And that's why they're out harassing you. Right? That's why they're out harassing you guys. Do me a favor, put a 3 if you've ever had that happen to you. And be honest, put a 1 if you've ever done that to people. Let's be honest. Let me go ahead and do this. I've been both. I have harassed people and I didn't know how I was harassing them. I couldn't help it. I didn't know. I was just being coachable until I realized this is harassment. It's harassment. Right. 1 in 3. At least we're having some people be honest. See, most people don't want to get on here and be honest. And that's what's funny. What we appreciate. Right. They called it warm chatter. Well, Malika, we're going to talk about how to do it. I mean, I've gone out and I can do it very well now, but it's the same principles of being authentic and really a relationship. It's a skill. We all do it naturally. You just may not recognize you're doing it, but when you recognize what you're doing and it's authentic and you realize where to properly apply it, you can start having conversations versus just chatter. You can start having some real depth. So this is what I'm going to ask you guys to do. Don't get mad when people do that to you. Okay. Just love on them and be compassionate that they don't know any better. They've been taught to go out in a way to market that is no longer attractive in the past 10 to 15 years. It worked in the 70s, 80s, and 90s when all of these baby boomers were in their 20s and they were gung-ho and they were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And you could tell them anything and the sky was the limit and go make money. And they could go walk out and talk to anybody making money and everybody would rush to the meeting. They could make a list of all their friends and call them on the phone because nobody had answering machines and there was no such thing as voicemail. And when you called 100 people, 90 people would pick up. But that's not the situation now. Communication has changed. The way people want to communicate has changed. The way people people now are educated, savvy consumers. They are not interested in the sign up and turn up. So what happens is once you have a comp plan that's so driven by that, you have the masses of group of people applying an ancient, worn out technique of marketing or prospecting or searching for potential clients with an old approach in a new era. You can't help but wonder why it's not working. I realized that 2003. My head can have 2003 and people kept asking me, well, how you get into the rank so fast and you don't have this huge team? I'm like, because part of the comp plan is based on production. I can control my production. If you learn some basic skills to go from connecting to people to converting them to fans to followers over to fee paying customers and clients, that's a skill you can take anywhere. I was doing that because I'd been an entrepreneur since I was 8. So when I came into that industry, that was a skill I had. Most people don't have that skill. That's something that you're going to want to learn. That's what Tanya and I talk about. It's a skill, connecting to conversion. Anyone can learn it. So then you know what? You know how to make money, which is the number one thing being searched on the internet. How to make money. And it says online. It doesn't matter online. Just how to make money. But if you know how to make money, you know how to make money online. And you'll know how to make money offline too, if you know how the process of going from connecting to someone to converting them over to a client or a customer or whatever. That's how you guys have gotten into this. So don't get mad. It's taken a while for that industry to really change. It's taken a while for the industry to really accept that people start to shift. And if you become an early adopter in that shift, and if you're not just willing to follow in like blind sheep, right? I'm completely to being coachable, but I'm not into being stupid. People are, you're not being coachable. Well, when what you're telling me is not working, I'm not going to do it. Why? Because you're not getting the results, so I'm not going to do it. But I am coachable when I know something is working and I can see that it's working. The second reason why you guys got to get over recruiting or making money is you got to look at comp plans that will allow you to generate significant revenue that is void of recruiting. Y'all do know that affiliate marketing covers, what does it cover, Tanya? Online and offline. It covers internet marketing, selling affiliate products online, you guys direct sales, network marketing, multi-level marketing. And if you guys caught us, last week, what was it last? Yeah, we did. Dang, why does it seem so long? Even though we just did that blab last week, it seems like it was 2 weeks ago. Usually I do blabs and it seems like they're a couple days. And that blab got a lot of views. But it seems longer than what it is. But what affiliate marketing is, it isn't. It's just offering a product and service that someone else created. And when you offer that product and service and that client or customer purchases, that company that you partner with cuts you a check at a certain percentage because you are responsible directly for that sale. Or indirectly at times. That's all, you guys. That's all. That's what it is. Look at the comp plans. Look at comp plans. I'm going to give some examples. Look at comp plans that will let you get paid significant incomes. Some can be insignificant, but let's say significant incomes that you can have and generate a revenue stream. I'm going to give you my rule of thumb. I don't fool with companies actively. Don't get me wrong. I look at all of them. There are a lot of them that I like. Great quality product. Great. Some of them have great systems. Some of them have great ways for me to generate a revenue passively, but it has low commission. So I look at all of them. And then once I look at all of them, I look at my top tier and then I look at my lower tier. Top tier, lower tier. So my top tier companies that I really pursue actively when I put my energy into them, I want those companies to pay me 30 to 40% and up. That's just a Twymanism. That's my rule of thumb, 30 to 40% and up. $30 to 40% and up. My lower tier, I don't take anything less than 10%. It's not worth my time. It's not even worth my time setting up. It's not even worth my time tweaking. And my lower tier products, I use as probably goods and services that my community, my followers, and my clients can use some of these products to incorporate into their business that will be tools or services. They'll help them make more money. Like, I'm going to use something, and I'm not trying to sell it, and I'm not going to give my link either. I'm not doing that on here, you guys. If you want to know more information, you can connect with me later. I promise you, we're not going to make this a spammy, linky, informational. But I use this mount. You guys know I love my mounts from Archon Mount. This is a tripod, soft cushion. I use this mount I love Archon mounts. I love this stuff. It's one of the best things. And I coach professionals and entrepreneurs, and I talk to them about incorporating technology, tools, techs, and technique, right? Tool and tech, using my phone, putting up my mount. This is how you see me do a lot of my live streaming. You saw earlier in the car, I have the mount in the car. So since I'm doing a lot of coaching consulting and I need to be hands-free, leveraging the technology. Well, I offer, I tell my clients, hey, if you want to do what I'm doing and we're saying feel, here's some of the services you need to use. Here's some of the quality products that I use. I like the products, their quality. And if they're quality, and I'm going to give a referral, you guys, here's the bottom line. Get paid to give an introduction. Get paid to give a referral. That, ladies and gentlemen, is affiliate marketing. I love Archon mounts, not one of my top tier. I promote them a lot because I want you all to win. I promote them a lot because trust me, it makes my life easy to use my mounts. It makes my life easy to get the stuff that I need to do. It makes my life very easy. Speaking of, I got to put my mount up anyway because I'm about to do training. So Archon mounts. I'm an affiliate. They don't take on a lot of affiliates. I earned the right to be an affiliate because I was telling everybody for free to buy Archon mounts. My guy over at Archons looked it up, and he, that's how we built the relationship. Business owners, if you're an entrepreneur and you do any business online, put a 3 in the comments. I'm going to share with you a couple things, and I'm going to answer this question from Anissa. But I'm going to share a couple things I just want to make sure we're tailoring this to who we're talking to, but I'm an affiliate of probably every service that I use. I would say 80% of all product services that help me generate more money that I've incorporated into my business. Once I discovered what affiliate marketing was, you guys heard about that last week, I incorporated it in my business. From my email service provider, which is one of my favorite. You guys, if you are interested, we'll put the links. If you guys contact me later, I'll send you the links to everything. I'm not going to do it here. Right. This is informational. This is one of the ways. And when people put in links, that's a turnoff. People do not want to be linked to death. Right. Spam, 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 because you told them you were here to share information. And we're here to share information. And we'll talk about it later on. I'll give you some information if you guys want to give all the ones that we use. But one of my main ones that I use, and I can show you how to get a discount using services, because I'm an affiliate, and to become an affiliate. My email service provider, my top two, number one, Get Response. And the other one is I use Get Response, MailChimp, and Aweber. All right, you can say the name. Yes, Get Response, MailChimp, Aweber. And for those who are interested, direct message me later. You can direct message me, and if you're invited by Tanya, direct message her. That I can show you how to set it up, what to use, how to do that. I love their services. I use Get Response, my favorite for people that are just getting started. I have more higher tier services. If you've been an entrepreneur for about 5-6 years, you have a high client base. I use another service called Lead Outcome. And let me just kind of pause on this, you guys. I got so much going on. Let me pause on this. I don't refer out products that I don't use. I use products for a while. I know my personal liaison, she's on here. Applejack is here. She knows it. I will use a product for a while before I refer it. I talk to about with my team. My team's on right now. They know I will use one product and it'll be good. And if I find something better, I know Tanya's always sending me stuff, right? And if it's better, that's the one I'm going to refer. I'll still refer both. I'll say, okay, if you want free, use this. If you're really trying to generate a revenue with your business, use this. But the awesome thing about it is it's just a referral and I get a check from it. I'm going to give you guys a quick story. It was cool the other day. Had one of my newest teammates started using Get Response. She loves it because they have a set of videos. I don't have to train her on them. They have videos that walk her through the system. And she was so excited. It was very hands-on, very simplistic. But I sent her over the information of where she got her subscription and then got 2 months free. She wasn't going to get that directly from me. She got a subscription, got 2 months free, and it gave her a credit and gave me a credit. Not bad. So I went on to Twitter and I thanked Get Response. And they responded and retweeted. And it drew in more business for people clicking my link again. Just because I thanked them. Right? So I like Get Response. So those are my favorite. Get Response, MailChimp, Aweber. For those who are starting off businesses, you got a mid-sized business. For those who are more experienced entrepreneurs, I use another system for my bigger size business, which is Lead Outcomes. It's one all-inclusive service from your CRM to email. Like I said, we'll talk about it later. If you want more information, I'll send it to you. But that's not what this is about. This is to get you to understand the whole process. Right? You guys, if this is making sense to you guys, will you do me a favor? You put a 3 in the comments. If you realize that I just showed you how to get paid without recruiting, I just told you what I use, how it works, and give a referral or a link. I'm not giving, that's the other part, the offer to give a link, but I'm not doing that here. I just want to show you how simple it is. How, this is what it is. You integrate it into conversations. Right? You use a product and service, you purchase it, you like the products and services, and then you share it. Right? So let's do this real quick. Let's go ahead. I want to go ahead and answer this question because Anissa has been waiting for a while. I want to answer her question here. Tanya, you can help me out with this one. Anissa said earlier, are you saying you should be able to make money with a company even if you don't get a recruit? Yes. Anissa, let me explain. I don't care if it's traditional business, corporate America, traditional entrepreneurship, doctor, lawyer, dentist, whether it's non-traditional, whether you are making money in direct sales, network marketing, internet marketing, all of those genres. I don't care if you're a stripper or you sell drugs. Don't sell drugs. I don't care if you are a clown. I don't care if you're selling stuff on Instagram. You cannot make any money until you get a transaction. You have to have a good or a service and sell the good or service to somebody who wants to get a good or service. None of that requires you to recruit anybody. That is a principle of business that no company can ever change. A sale is made after an exchange of goods and services. So hopefully that explains some things. Tanya, what is your 2 cents about it? Because I think a lot of people's companies that they've partnered with have them really believing that they can't make money until they recruit somebody. And that's so not true. Hey, Dante.
What's up,
Dante?
Coming from a different perspective a little bit, really you have to understand your flow. What is your flow? What is your personality? How do you make money? Somebody could make money in network marketing. You're like, oh my gosh, they're great. And you try to use their model of like what we've talked about, the recruiting, the mall, the everything, and it doesn't work for you. Why doesn't it work for you? 1, you don't believe in it. 2, that's not how you flow. That is not the way that your personality flows or creates money. And so you have to know where you're flowing. And when you understand how you're flowing, then you understand the purpose of why you are actually involved with that affiliate. For instance, the Get Response or Zoom or whatever you're going to do. You have these things. Well, the purpose a lot for what Tashan and I do is we're coaches, right? We're strategists. We develop things and help individuals and entrepreneurs in a way to be able to have a substantial business or make money, whatever their flow is, whatever they're at that moment, what they need, and then scale up wherever they're at and wherever they're going, right? So because we have that intention, that's our forefront. That's why we can do this. And we're just teaching you how to scale up your business in another way. We're not saying stop your business. We're not saying don't do coaching. We're not saying don't sell jewelry. We're not saying any of that. We're just saying that we're using it for our coaching clients. So I have a client and I see that they don't have a really great email responder. I'm going to refer that and I'll inform them without anything. Hey, I want you to let you know I am an affiliate. I'm very honest. Tashan, she's very open and honest. So from my perspective, it's just a matter of I'm not a network marketer. I can't make money that way. I won't ever be able to make money. I don't flow that way. I don't enjoy it. I don't build teams necessarily. I don't do certain things. I know my flow. But what I can do is recommend a product. What I can do is stand behind a product and believe in it. It's just the way I flow. So that's why I'm an affiliate of multiple things, because I believe in the product. I know the intention of the product is to help my client, help my audience. Because I have that intention, I don't care about building a team. I don't need to. That's not my intention. If you go into affiliate marketing looking at it as anything else other than recommending a product and getting compensated for it, then you're going to have a problem, because you have this tainted mindset that I immediately have to build a team. I have to go into the mall. I have to do this. I have to do this. And you're going to go in and you're going to go in and you're going to follow the way they tell you to follow it. And that's the problem. So Tashan and I, that's how we got together. We said, that is not our model. And that's not how we're flowing. We're coaches. We have a different intention and a different purpose. And it's to help people leverage. It's not their main source of income, but you do want multiple. If you're going to advertise, if you're going to say, hey, use this because I love this, why not get paid for it? That doesn't make sense. So we're teaching you how to create multiple streams. We're not telling you to go anywhere else. We don't tell any of our clients, whether coaching, social media, whatever they're doing in their business, we don't tell them to go and shut down their business and go just be an affiliate and do affiliate marketing. So, hopefully that answers Anisha's question. For me personally, coming from that perspective, and Tashan really can agree, because that's how we collaborated. We are not shutting down what we do. We're not stopping our flow. We know that we make money. Our flow is coaching, speaking, teaching. That's what we do. That's our area. But why leave money on the table? If you're already going to coach somebody and tell them to use that product, And if you believe in it and you're using it, why not leverage it? And so that is what our intention is. That's how, again, we can sit here, talk to you wholeheartedly, and throw out the things that we use and don't even care whether we're getting paid as affiliate or not, because that's not our main source of income. Like we flow totally differently. So that's another aspect. We're not in this, oh my gosh, I need money. Oh my gosh, I need to create a team. Oh, I'm freaking out because I don't have a team. Somebody quit. We don't care. We don't care. And our retention is higher because when we recruit, when we explain and when we promote in that perspective, in a conversation, they know exactly what they're getting. They know exactly the flow. They know exactly who we are. We've built that like, know, and trust factor. We started our funnel all the way from social media. We don't post a blog, a video, a social media post until we have an intention to understand that we're building a like, know, and trust factor. We add value in the forefront to build that. So by the time we do get a client, we're not even asking for coaching clients. They just want to be with us because of how we flow. Then they come in, they've already known it, like, and trust us. We're not selling anything. All we're doing is telling them, oh, this is how we do it. This is an easier system to use, and why not create another stream of income? So, look at it a different perspective, look at it with the intention and a flow of adding on to your business and adding a service to your clients, which you should be able to do and be rewarded for. And that there's nothing wrong with that. And so that's my perspective on that part.
Right. I told you, Tanya will definitely break it down. Let me just kind of give a forward. It's funny. It was an interesting conversation that I had with, and we're not going into this. It's not what this is about, that I was having with a guy, one of a former leader, a friend, a millionaire, a multimillionaire in my first company that I know. We're friends. And he put out a conversation about, what's going on in the political situation. We have a complete difference of opinion, obviously. And I put on something on a post about why I didn't agree. Not what he said, but the person he was posting about I didn't agree with what they said. And I was just responding. And then it was interesting. Someone in his team came back and responded and said to me, what do you know about something? Or comparing yourself to this millionaire. Now take it now. This guy doesn't know that me and this guy are friends, or how long I was in this company, or what I did. I've been going that long. He hasn't even been around that long. And he said the only reason why you're a consultant, and this is funny because I remember in that same company we used to be in, Tanya, how they would talk trash about everybody else that wasn't in that company. They did a great brainwashing. Don't get me wrong, because I was brainwashed too. That the only reason why you're a consultant, consultants consult or teach on things they don't know how to do. I had to be like, bruh, you don't even know me. So just let me give everybody a quick perspective. I was a network marketer. I was in the industry actively for 13 years. I made multiple six figures. I've recruited teams, traditional old school way. I just didn't do it in the same style. Okay. I wasn't out signing up. I've done home meetings. I've shown the plan. I've done the Saturday trainings. I have done everything. And I train sales for my team. And I've made six figures. So I always tell people, I know that only 1% to 2% of anywhere, whether it's non-traditional entrepreneurship, corporate America, is going to make six figures. I always just made sure I was in that group. But I didn't do the sign up and turn up. I always came from adding value and making sure that the people that were in my community that trusted me to be on my team learned how to go from connecting with someone in an attractive way that they're going to want to do business with you, the know, like, and trust factor, to the time that you give an offer of your service. You know that they want the service. You know that they like the service. You've gone through discovery to see if it's at a comfortable price point, and then you give an offer and then they buy. If you can get your teammates to learn that skill, they can make money anywhere. And that skill is just being able to mentally recognize when you can hear, ask questions, receive the answer, and be sensitive to the situation, that you know where you are with a person. It doesn't mean you're always going to sell or get the sale, because selling isn't an action, it is a result. I want you all to remember that. Selling is not an action, it is a result. So when you go through and you're building relationship, everyone is not going to purchase or accept your offer for whatever reason. But if you go through that same process, you will still create great, comfortable environments and network, because there are people that are always watching you. They watch your style, right? If you guys saw the post that I put the other day, about, if you go on Facebook, I'm going to repost it, about the young lady who said, she always says, you know what I like about your style? You don't keep harassing me about product service. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. And that's a very simple step, right? Selling is a result. It's a result of a transaction. Sales, there's no such thing as selling. I'm sorry, sales is a result. People are like, are you in sales? No, sales is a result. When you start looking at your profit loss statements and balance sheets of your business, they look at sales. Those are results of a transaction being made. What I do is I go from a process of connecting to converting. I did that in that first company. This guy said I didn't know what I was talking about. I'm like, you don't even know me, but the person you're under knows me quite well. I've made 6 figures in that company. I've been at the top, I've gone on the vacations, I've gone on the company trips. I know what I'm doing. I had a different style. And you know what, you guys, that style was not supported because they wanted me to sign up and turn up. They wanted me to lead with the recruit. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. Not leading with recruiting. I still have that same philosophy. You can ask anyone out there. Now everybody now wants to lead with retail. Well, you should always lead with retail. Here's why. Here's why, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid of recruiting. Just know when you should recruit. Do not be afraid to recruit. Just know when you should or when you shouldn't. Here's why. 80% of people in the marketplace are not going to be creators. They are consumers. Remember that. 80% of people in the marketplace are not creators. They're consumers. So when I decide to partner with a company, I want to think about if I can offer my product to more people and they're going to buy it. Because remember, your revenue is generated once you get the sale.
You know,
that is the whole reason why you joined, right?
And Anita had said the one thing that was frustrating for her is that network marketing puts a sense of urgency on it. And that's the problem for her. And the truth is it takes time, money, and commitment. But let me just say this.
What doesn't?
Right. What doesn't? At the same time, think about why they're pushing you. Because they want you to build fast, because the retention is very low, because you're turning up, right? You're doing this thing where you're just like, oh, okay, recruit. You're throwing money at ads and you're trying to just throw people to funnels and things like that. That's their style. And that's why we say, if you're not in that, then you're not a network marketer. You need to focus on the way that you're doing the affiliate marketing and adding it in and building unusually, building different, building like Tashan and I. It's totally different.
I'm going to kind of interject. I wouldn't say not being a network marketer. I would just say that's just not your style. Because I'm a network marketer. I just don't do that. I never did it. I'm never going to do it. Network marketing, honestly, if you guys look at it at the beginning, if you guys don't know if anybody's read Mark Yarnell's Your First Year in Network Marketing. The way network marketers do things now is not the way that it started off. Offer a product and service and get a check. Once the comp plans changed, like you said, they want you to hurry up and get people in. But do you know why the retention, I'm just adding on to what you said. You know why the retention the attrition is so high? Because they keep just signing people up without knowing what they want. You sign somebody up and don't even realize the company may not be for them. So then they quit, and then it goes back into that cycle. That's why everybody joins companies and quits. Well, they wouldn't quit if they knew what they were signing up for. And that's our fault that we don't do that in the industry. And yeah, people are going to quit fast. They quit in the first week because, kind of what we're going to go over last Thursday of the month, the top 10 stupid things sold to you by them and they. Like your negative family, friends, and coworkers tell you something the first 3 days and you quit. But that's because they didn't do what Tanya does. Tanya does a lot of coaching and she gives value on the front end. If you gave people value and information on the front end and they're informed, they wouldn't quit because they would know it makes sense. Does that make sense? Like you got to add affiliate in. I'm sorry to interject, Tanya. That's why I said I'm going to have to defend a little bit the network marketers. I'm a network marketer. I just don't do sign up and turn up. That is a style and I never liked it and I never did it. I did it for maybe a month and I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this. I'm not harassing people in the mall. I don't even like going in the mall. harassing thing. Everything is network marketing. It's just that MLM has a low barrier entry. No, I mean, everything isn't network marketing. I would tell people you want to be able to understand what it really is. Everything isn't network marketing. Network marketing is a business model. And you guys got questions, want something to say, put a / so everyone else can see it. But I'm a network marketer. I think Tanya, we've been in like two out of 3 companies together.
Yeah, I don't think.
And guess what?
The other one that you've been a part of.
Right, it's only been another one. But you'll notice we're not mentioning companies either. We just don't do that. You don't have to. Just know what you're talking about. But you remember all the sign up and turn up that went on in the first one?
Yes, I do.
Did you ever notice that the old schoolers didn't sign up and turn up? They actually sat down and talked to people?
Right.
Interesting. Do you realize that they're the ones who are making the most money? When they built relationships and informed people?
Yeah, and I think that's really just the key. You have to decide and understand for yourself if you're a network marketer or if you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the real. I'm not a network marketer. I know that. But Tashan and I are in the same business. We're in the same flow.
Right.
Same affiliates. Same thing.
In my per se as a network marketer, I don't think it's necessarily am I a network marketer? Is what they're doing my style? Like you can be in the same industry and you don't have the same approach. And that's what I learned in that first company. I saw some people do sign up and turn up, just recruit a bunch of people, throw people against the wall, and I saw other people build relationships. Same company. I mean, it can work from different teams to teams. So what we're here to say is, bottom line, no matter which one, you don't have to recruit people to make money. Recruiting people is never necessary anywhere to make any money. And if your company's comp plan is so intertwined that significant revenue is not going to be generated, if you're not going to make any real money unless you recruit people, you can go to another company. Your company is not the end all be all. Your life, you're never going to miss out on this opportunity. That is so not true. You know how many companies out there, people getting rich, right? I just want to tell people you don't have to recruit people to make. Hopefully, you guys gotten some value out tonight because we get really passionate about this because we get so mad. Like, why do they keep telling people this? Because the way the comp plan is set up now, people are going to tell you typically things that are in their best interest. Listen, I'll tell you what I did. I always find companies that pay high commissions. I pay. Hold on, before we let anybody in. We have any questions. If they haven't asked a question, they can't follow instructions, and I'm not letting them in the seat. So you guys have a question before you let you in the seat. We want you to ask questions. I'm not, I find companies with high compensation. I'll give you my 3 criteria: high commission plans, and where my compensation isn't heavily intertwined with recruiting. High compensation is not heavily intertwined in recruiting, and I like comp plans where I can increase my percentage of pay, or what you call promotions or rank or whatever, where the promotions and the rank is based on production and not recruiting, right? Is really based on, did I give value to my customer? My customer purchased my product and service and they got it. And so I increased my production. I increased how many sales were generated. And then I'm rewarded based on real business philosophies. That's how I pick companies now. I mean, that's how you're really supposed to pick any company, right? Traditionally or non-traditionally. And so the companies that I've partnered with, and I will tell you this, some questions that I got, people didn't want to answer questions here, but they inboxed me. I'm gonna get you this question, Tanya, that I got on my inbox. Would you promote more than one biz op? I know my answer. So you can go first, Tanya. I know my answer.
Yeah, if you want to. I mean, honestly, if you want to, get your different landing pages together. I mean, if they're all flowing together, I mean, I don't.
My answer is no. I wouldn't promote more than one biz op. The reason being, it's confusing. Now, I do promote more than one affiliate company. Don't get me wrong. There are affiliate companies. There are companies that have biz op components that I'm still an affiliate of. I don't promote their biz op. I sell the product. Like Tanya said, I'll get a landing page, and drive traffic if the person likes the product, but I don't actively promote the biz op. And that's like I said, and we're not saying one is right or wrong. And Tanya, not debating you guys. It's you don't have to do. Remember, it's all about your own style. We're just giving philosophy,
and that's why I say it's whatever you. Honestly, there's no right or wrong answer. It's whatever you want to do. I know so many people who want to have multiple biz ops that they do they do it through like multiple blogs and multiple things, and they do it just because they're creating multiple streams of income. It works for them. Does it work for me? Right. Not necessarily. But I also don't.
Explain the difference between the biz op and the company. I think some people may not understand the biz op portion and selling the product portion.
Go ahead.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was asking you.
I didn't.
Oh, explain the biz op portion as compared to the product portion.
As part of like selling just the products as opposed to just being in the actual company and selling that company.
Right.
Wow, that's hard to explain without putting the actual company that we do. You can.
The thing is, like, I'll use mine as example.
Okay.
I'll tell you 3 companies I was in, so you won't think I'm trying to, because I'm not going to put my link. If you want the link, inbox me. Not. I joined Primerica. I became a regional vice president. So when someone asked me, do I know how to make money? The company teaches you about how to make money, and I made money in the company. So yes, it works. Got to RVP, which is one of the top ranks. I left there, not because I wasn't making money. It's because I didn't want to be landlocked, and I didn't want to be at people's houses anymore, late at night, always working. So I joined Organo Gold. Saw that opportunity, extremely lucrative, understood supply and demand, loved how they did it, how they flowed. But then I got in a phase in my life that I wanted my income to be more residual. And the comp plan on the residual wasn't as high as the top tier. Not because you didn't make a lot of money with selling new services. I just wanted a higher residual. And then I got connected with the company I'm with right now. And what I love about the company I'm with right now, that I partner with, there is a biz op component. So remember, affiliate marketing is about offering a product and service in exchange for a check. What I love about the company I partner with right now is I get paid to offer the product to my client base because it is a product that my client base needs. That's how I partnered with them. I partnered with them because I was a customer first and I needed the service. Then I realized it was there and they told me, hey, if you could refer the same information or products to people in your community. I'm like, absolutely. People in my community need the same thing. So I became an affiliate. It does have a biz op component, which says if I talk to other people in my community and say the same thing, hey, would you like to get compensated to refer these services and products to other people? So what has happened is I indirectly start building teams of people who want to produce. There are people on my team who want to actively produce, means actively introduce to people, this is your income, and then people that passively call referrers. No matter where they're active or passive, as long as they send their link or refer someone through their code number, they are going to get compensated the same. Right. What I loved about the company, it has a biz op component that I can grow in rank, which does increase my compensation with the company, but it's not. And this is just for Tashan. That's the reason why I'm telling you for me. I'm giving you this, not to sway you, like you said, in one way or the other, but I did want to give you some examples of like the title says, no, boo-boo kitty, you don't have to recruit people to make money. I grow in pay rank with the company based on production. Not how many people I recruited or affiliates or production of my team, based on my individual production. And then I get bonuses for collectively of what goes on to my individual producers. So what happens for me is I do recruit people passively, by asking would they like to make money to refer. Some people want to do it actively, but I'm not an active biz op person. And that's with my current company. But I still get a residual check every month from Primerica because I still have all my licenses. I still get all my money, right? I still get all my money. I still get all of my money. And with Organo Gold, I still get, residuals. I love the coffee, the coffee, the tea, the products are amazing. And so what I do as an affiliate, I do have a blog that talks about coffees and teas and organic stuff. And I use a banner. And if the person wants to purchase coffees or the teas, they want to know what keeps my skin looking good and the detox, I refer out one of those products and services, and they can go directly to my affiliate page that's coded with Organo Gold, and they can buy coffee and tea, and I still get a check. But I don't actively promote the biz op component of Organo Gold. Nothing wrong with it. I'm still affiliated. I promote the product sale of Organo Gold, for my reasons. I don't actively promote Primerica. If you happen to want to invest some money, I still have all my license. If you want to, save money on your insurance, or if you want to know more about finances, I'm still qualified to give that kind of information, but I refer it over to my colleagues. And once someone does a transaction, I still get paid. Do they have a biz op component? Yes. Do I refer it out? No. Why? Because I'm not actively pursuing it. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm just going to use yes, Tanya and I are in one of those three companies together.
You didn't even mention the company we are in.
Exactly. I sure did not, because the whole point is I want you all to learn that skill so you won't be, people don't feel like you're coming across to slime me later, try to get you into the company. I never mentioned the company because why? It's never really about the company. It's about, do you understand the concepts? And hopefully we've been able to exemplify that we do understand the concepts of business. Yeah. So it allows us to make the business decisions. That's how we coach and train. I did that while I was in network marketing. It wasn't supported before. And I didn't care, because here's why. Whether I was supported by a sponsor, an upline, or whoever, I still had skills, those same skills I taught my team or anyone else in my coaching clients now. The moment you can recognize who's a potential client, what's your product, what's the features, what are the benefits, who does it benefit, they will purchase their product if it provided value. What is the price point of which they want to buy it? And where do you find those people where they're in a mental disposition that they're ready to buy your product? If you know that like the back of your hand, guess what? You're always going to be able to get a check. So that's why I have teammates who get checks. So if you are okay with me teaching you how to do that, that's how a person ended up on the team. But yes, I promote one biz op because I only got time to be working with groups. Because actively, when you are active in a biz op, you still have to build relationships. And that's what we're going to call about next week with recruit or not to recruit. This was just to let you know I probably have 40 to 50 different types of large streams and small streams of income coming in that have absolutely nothing to do with recruiting anyone. They're bringing income. But I also want to kind of break the ice for you guys to understand there's nothing wrong with recruiting. You may not want to do it. As a matter of fact, I hadn't built a team in 5 years. Don't mean I hadn't figured out how to do it. I just didn't want to. And when I became okay that I could make income and it didn't have to be so tied to building a team, I just wanted to make income and have more freedom. I wanted to generate an extra $5,000, $10,000 a month. So when I learned how to do that, and whether no one on my team or not was there, then I mastered my active income. I learned that from a mentor, my really good friend, Nicole Cooper. Have an active income. And that means we're self-employed. All billionaires have an active income. You notice that Warren Buffett, if he didn't have Berkshire Hathaway, he has a skill where he could still make millions. Mark Zuckerberg, if he didn't have Facebook, he is still technically inclined enough to be able to go make millions to take care of himself. Oprah, if she didn't have her business, she could still act. Whoopi Goldberg, if she hadn't won all these awards and these shows, she could still act. All these people they all continue to work because they have an active income, so they're not dependent on other people. When you decide to scale up is when you say, hey, I want to have a business. I want to be a leader. And you can't be a leader if you don't have a team, and you can't have a team if you don't recruit people. That's a leadership decision. And it's okay if you don't want to be a leader right now. It's okay. This is right now in this time and place, Tanya, I just want to know how to make money. right? Let me get at least stable. Let me start generating some revenue. Because here's the most difficult thing. Don't come into a business and don't leverage the system and don't follow the system. So if you're not following the system, you are not a producer. So it's hard to teach someone else to produce when you have not learned it yourself. I'm not saying don't bring anyone to a business if that's what you're doing, because maybe you guys are learning it together, but you will still eventually have to learn how to produce, how to go from connections to conversions before you lead a team of people to do that. Well, guess what? Being a business owner is a choice. Everybody doesn't want to do it, but everybody has one search. How do we make money online? Right? How do we make money? Learn how to produce. Learn systems and in place that can help you produce. Right? Connect with Tanya. Connect with me. You know this. You know what I do. You guys know what I do. So, do we have any questions? Tanya put out last questions out there. I am very excited that you guys came on. I'm excited for everyone who's going to catch this replay. Maybe we brought down some of the icky feelings about recruiting. I'm not knocking recruiting. Don't get me wrong. 2016, your girl about to be on this recruiting game because I'm a passive recruiter. I teach people how to produce, and if they want to learn how to produce, they join my team. Well, guess what? If I got a team of 200 people and I've taught them how to produce and they're making money, and they don't have to have a team, but they're producers, guess what? Indirectly, I have a team.
And you know,
that's the point.
Essentially, all it is you're just building that like, know, and trust factor to build solid people who are going to stick with you. Just being honest, because that's how we roll. You're being recruited. You are on a value-based blab right now. We are spending an hour and a half with you to answer your questions and qualify you to make sure that you are wanting that opportunity or not, or you identify whether this is something that is good for you, whether you want it in your back end for your coaching, whether you want it for whatever, showing you the ins and outs of how to do it. Some of you are going to contact us. This is an evergreen thing. We're always going to be able to put this out. We're always going to be able to flow. Somebody is going to hear this and they're being recruited. We do it one time, and 10 months from now, somebody could watch this and still come out and contact us. So I just want you to, and I only said that, not in a derogatory, nothing bad, but I'm saying that in the thing of squash the negative aspects of that whole entire mindset of recruiting, because when you build like and know and trust factor, you are recruiting them for something, coaching, a coaching call, a something, anything, whatever you're doing. If you are in business, this is what you do. You build free content, lead with value first, and we're teaching you, that's what we're teaching you, lead with value to whatever opportunity you want. Affiliate, network marketing, biz op, whatever you're doing, coaching, jewelry, doesn't really matter. You're always going to be in a form of recruiting. It is what it is. Just like Tashan said in the beginning, you recruited your man, you recruited your wife, you recruit the friendships that you have. All you're doing essentially in recruiting is, an easier term is, you are building the like, know, and trust. That's it. That is all. You're just building a relationship with people. And if we could just build a relationship with people and not try to just say that they're dollars and try to say, oh, buy my product because we're desperate and we need to make the rent next month. That is what people feel, the desperation. That's why you can't build the like, know, and trust factor. That's why we say build your multiple streams of income. Become an affiliate. Learn how to do what you're doing. If you want biz op, go for biz op. You want to be a leader, but you want to do it not in biz op, you want to do it in coaching or speaker or author, go do it. But that doesn't negate the fact that you still build, your network. You still need to build, who you are, your flow. You still need to understand all that. You still need to understand, where your power and your strength is. This is all necessary, however you want to build. And you still have to be an affiliate of something, of multiple things, to build that stream of income. And that is what a wise person does. When they're going to run their business, what I've noticed is many people don't look at their numbers. They just do, I'm following my passion. That's great. Follow your passion. But if you are doing something and it doesn't work, you need to look at your numbers to identify what's not working for you, so you understand what to not do and what to not put your energy in. You don't know your statistics. You don't know your subscribers. You don't know your retention. You don't know your conversion rate. You don't know anything. But yet you want to make money in whatever you're doing. And that's what we're talking about, being coachable, learning that business. All that means is you're, as a leader, you're a servant and you're a student. That's all you are as a leader. You know, you're leading in the servanthood and learning in the education aspect. And so, you know, just to encourage you in that perspective, it's an asset to your business. We're not saying that you have to be an affiliate, then turn into BizOp. That's not what we're saying. We're letting you know the full arena of everything so you could make the decision that is best for you. You want to go try it? Go try it. And build however you're going to build. You know how you can build. You know what you like and what you don't like. So come into it with a clear mind. And that's what we want you to have out of this. That's why we're spending our time doing this. Because we just want you to have the truth and understand what you're getting into. So you can identify how far you're going to go or how far you're not going to go. You know? And it really identifies everything for you in a nutshell. Tashan's probably popped out and popped back in. She's always rebooting. You know, but, you know, just to encourage you guys with that. Any last questions or anything like that? Any curious questions, whatever? We're going to wrap up and answer whatever questions that you have. But I see you giggling because when I said you being recruited, you're laughing. It's the truth.
You know what? The thing is that
people think it's hard, and it's not.
You know, it really isn't. And I was doing a coaching call, and it was something I probably said 10 years ago. Sales and recruiting is the same thing. They just have two different intentions or desires. Mm-hmm. So let me end up with this to help you guys out. And this is something. The fourth thing, I have 4 things that I was telling someone this not too long ago, and I remember probably 10 years ago. I probably said it out of arrogance, but it didn't make it any less true. Now I don't say it out of any arrogance, and it's still true. I can sell anything. I can, and it's not hard. I can sell anything. But here's the thing, you guys. I can't sell it to anyone. You know, you've heard the phrase, "I can sell anything to anyone." No, you can't. Okay? No, you can't. And this is how you can sell anything. I'm gonna give you 4 points. Hopefully, you guys that are watching this live and see this replay, write these 4 points down. Number 1, you got to start off with knowing what it is you want and why you want it. Am I joining this BizOp? What am I joining for? Is it to take care of my family? Am I partnering with this company because I want to make more money, because I want to take more trips? Know what you want and why you want it. So once you know what you want and why you want it, then you can discern, do I want to just produce to generate the revenue, or do I want to build a business to have the freedom and lifestyle? Now, once you become okay with that, and you said, okay, I want to build a team, but I don't know how to build a team. Well, go in a process and learn what it is to build a team. And this is the 4 points that you can do to build a team or do a sale. Number 1, you have to identify what it is you're offering. What is your product? What is your service? What are you offering? Right? What are the features? And then from those features, it'll let you know what are the benefits. And how do you know that is, what does it do for someone else? How will they benefit from what it does? That's how you discover the who. Who do you give your offer to? Who do you market to? See, the easiest way, and people used to laugh at me because I know I say things that kind of grab your attention. Like I always tell people, if you ever want to sell, and I know, don't get me wrong, I'm not promoting any type of drug paraphernalia, solicitations, or any of that. I'm not co-signing. I'm just saying some things that we all kind of have known that go on in this country. And I say things that kind of grab your attention. But I always tell someone right now, one of my favorite movies that I used to have my teammates watch when I was in a network marketing company was New Jack City, right? And people are like, why do you have them watch New Jack City? Because Nino Brown was a genius. And I remember in the movie, when I was in elementary school watching it, I remember Ice-T in the movie said, he is a ghetto genius. And I never really knew what he was saying. It's because Nino Brown understood distribution. He understood the basic of supply and demand, right? You know, in the 80s and 90s, there was a crack epidemic. There was a very big demand. No matter, listen, supply and demand does not mean that what's in demand is good for you. It just means there's a marketplace out there who wants it and they will buy it. And unfortunately, drugs are one of those things. Like it or not, get over yourself, mature, grow up. I'm just giving an example, okay? I'm not supporting drugs. I've never taken drugs in my life. I'm not going to take drugs. Just not going to do it. Because I watched New Jack City. I saw what happened to Pookie, and I didn't want to end up like that. But there are people who will take drugs. And so what he did was he illegally confiscated this place called the Carter. And what he did, it was so different than the other people, drug dealers in his industry, was he says, instead of trying to go out, crackheads will go and buy crack. So what's the easiest way to sell crack? Go where the crackheads are. You know, the easiest way to sell your product or service is go put your product, service, information directly in front of someone you know really, really wants to buy your product. That was his whole philosophy. You want to sell more cake? Go to a fat farm. Sell out a cake. You want to sell crack? Go where crackheads are. Want to go anywhere to any place that you know where there's a group of people who congregate, and you have done your market research and know what they want, know how they want it, know how they like to be talked to. That really means a lot of your success is down to you, and then you offer it. What is that benefit? You will make more sales, which leads into who is it going to benefit. The third part, do it at a price point that's in their sweet spot, where you know that they're about in their budget to buy it. What's the lowest that you're willing to sell it for as a profit? And that number, that median number, is your sweet spot. It's not too high for them and it's not too low for you. It's just right. That's what you set your flagship product. And then the fourth thing, which is the same thing, where do you find these people where they're in a disposition, where they're in the mindset that they know someone's going to talk to them about something that they want to talk about. They're in a place where they may have some expectation of something is going to be offered and they be prepared to buy. That's why they're there, right? That's why they're there. You go to a baseball game, you do know somebody's going to try to sell you a hot dog. So you know before you got there, you were checking your wallet of how much money you were going to need to bring, because you know you're going to buy some hot dogs, some nachos, hamburgers, a flag, a Braves t-shirt, some pizza, paraffin. You came prepared because you knew there were going to be offers made. And so when you come to a product or service that has benefits that benefit a certain type of person, and you offer it at a price point and you do it in a place where they're in a disposition to buy, that really doesn't take a lot of work. It takes a lot of you thinking and listening and looking at who it is. And then you give an offer. And that's how I can sell anything. And I do it very quickly because I spend most of my time not even talking. I spend my time listening and watching and looking. A lot of you are my friends on Facebook. A lot of you I met. I watched you. I still watch most of you. I don't even I don't give offers in public. I give them in private. That's a way homer for you guys. You probably know baseball is my favorite sport. I don't give offers in public. Stop asking people to join or buy anything on your social media. You are messy. You look like a messy marketer and a pushy promoter. Stop putting out flyers with prices of your products. Stop asking people to join your biz op in public. They're not going to. That's not how that process works, ladies and gentlemen. And I can see about 3 or 4 of you who have at least been in the process with me. I didn't do that with you. And I wasn't going to do it with you because it's very messy. It's unattractive. That's like asking of someone to marry you and putting it on Facebook. That's like saying, I want to get married on May 15th and putting it on Facebook and then asking anyone to respond to your proposal. Really? Like, how does that work? So you're not going through that process. So we talk a lot about from connections to conversions. That's one of, program that I work with my own clients of how to go through that process. But that's how you can sell anything. It's easy. Today I put some posts about this particular blab. I went in certain Facebook groups that I watched and researched, and I'm never really talking to the groups. So I went out and I posted in the group about coming here, and I know who's in the group: professionals, urban professionals, professional service providers. There are certain type of people in the group that want to make money, but they're still doing that hype and hoopla marketing. Every other post is a link. Join my company. My company can show you how to make X amount of dollars. You sound like a used car salesman. And what happened is when I start posting there, my posts are refreshing because I'm not asking them to buy anything. I'm sharing some information. We're going to have this blab. Come learn something. And I already know what they're going to do. They're going to look at my profile. They're going to click on my name. They're going to see what I'm all about. It is a process. Yes, we do know what we're doing. So whether you're doing this traditionally or non-traditionally, the process still works. And how does that relate to recruiting? Well, if I want to build a team, I do it the same way. I go post in network marketing groups because people are more, they're more receptive to joining something because they've already joined. People have joined other things if they've already joined other things. I just changed my style, but I know who I'm talking to. I know what they're looking for, how to make money online. I'm in a group called Frustrated Network Marketers. Well, it's a great group for me because they're frustrated. You know, so those are just a couple tips that we want to leave you guys with. Before we go ahead and wrap this up, I just want to thank everybody that came out this evening. Hopefully you guys gotten some value from Tanya and myself. This is part 2 of this series. We're going to have 5 show series that we're going to have coming up. And then we're going to have a private webinar that will be invitation only. Last week we did what is affiliate marketing? Wow. What is affiliate marketing and how to make money with it? This week is No Boo Boo Kitty. You don't have to recruit people to make money. Hopefully you guys gotten some value out of that. We'll be having some more information and some blog posts coming out with more detail. I'm going to give more specifics and they will have links. So if you see some things that you like in the blog post, click it and click it, buy, join, whatever you decide to do. Next week, it's going to be fun. It is going to be called Recruit or Not to Recruit. That is the question, right? And we'll be diving into the recruiting aspect of affiliate marketing, whether it's network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, internet marketing. We're going to be talking about different styles, different philosophies and cultures, and also comp plans, right? That's a big deal. How structured comp plans work so they can help you make very important decisions. The week after that, we're going to do internet marketing versus marketing on the internet. They are not the same. One is a style and one is a strategy. One is a particular industry and one is a strategy. So I think a lot of people who are internet marketers don't really know how to market on the internet, and they're ended up really messing some things up. And the last week, this one's going to be fun. I can't wait till the last week. This is going to be hilarious. It's called the top 10 things sold to you by them and they, right? We're going to be going over the top 10 things that your negative family, friends, and coworkers tell you that usually get you to quit that first week. That's why attrition is so high, right? Tanya and I talked about that a lot. It's so interesting. No matter what company you join, I don't care what company any of you have ever joined. For some reason, the moment you sign your name on the independent paperwork and you get ready to get started, there is some smoke signal, text message, mass email that is sent to everyone that you know, every friend, family, coworker, everybody on Facebook, that the moment you start promoting your business or sharing what you're doing, they hit you with these top 10 stupid things that they tell you, and they don't go away, right? They don't go away. They don't. People don't go away. We're not taking any callers right now, so we're about to get off. They don't go away. And so I want you to be able to hear this information. So it's some of these things you don't believe, right? These things that you may have gotten you stuck, or mentally you're in a mental place that you haven't moved forward because you're feeling all kind of weird and questioning yourself if this is true, if this is not true, right? Before we go into that, please do me a favor, you guys. It's 2016. Please don't let somebody else tell you that there's anything such thing as a pyramid or a pyramid scheme. I'm sorry, you guys. I can't hear that again. I can't. It's 2016. Someone says there's a pyramid scheme. Well, if there's at least 10 people in the company, it's not a scheme because too many people know about it. Okay. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff the last week. So that's really about it. Tanya, do you want to add anything on to before we head out? So I think they're going to have some fun with these next series we're going to do. It's going to be fun. Anything you want to add, babe?
No, absolutely not. Everything was said. You can go into the Facebook group. It was in the chat. Other than that, nope.
Yeah, I'm going to put it back in.
You can see
sign off.
You can see our Twitter handles. So if you want to contact either one of us, you can easily get us right on Twitter. It's really easy.
Right. So listen, you guys, hold on, Tanya, because something just happened. Don't disappear.
She said, don't disappear. All right. So put a 1 in the chat if you guys have gotten a lot of value out of this. If you guys have enjoyed it, that is awesome. Do you guys feel like you have a better understanding of approaching things as an affiliate, or whether BizOp or however? Put a 1 if you have a better understanding.
Yay. I think they do. Y'all know we're really excited because it makes us feel good that people are getting some real information. We didn't take away from anything you're doing. If you're in a BizOp and you recruit, great. I mean, but you just got to know if that's your flow. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it doesn't stop you from making money. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys. I put a link to the Facebook group. We are it is a private community. Everyone has to be approved to get in. I do all the intake process because what our community is not going to be done is not going to be a sign up and turn up community. You're not going to come into the community and spam up everybody, hit up everybody links, get in everybody's inbox. That's the problem now. It's a growth opportunity as an educational community where we can share information and we can grow and we can share with you guys some things that we have that we use to make more money. So make sure you guys do that. And that you're meeting back with us on Blab next Thursday, this time, 5:00. I'll get on early to make sure the computer is working right, and that we meet you guys there, and just stay tuned. So other than that, you guys have a marvelously magnificent night, and we will see you guys next Thursday for the episode Recruit or Not to Recruit. That's the question, and hopefully we'll help you guys out before then. Talk to you guys later. See you later.